Good evening, folks. How you guys doing? This is good old Reverend Ordo, and this is the Republic Anonymous Republic Network. Now, as the title says, I turned my Galaxy A12, my Galaxy A12, into a miniature tablet. Because now the reason I did that was this is my Alcatel big tablet hot tab, or call it. So I ended up taking out the SIM card from this because the screen's cracked and it needs to be repaired. So still works. It's I could tell hot tab or some tab two. Um, so I needed something that I could carry. Carrying a tablet is a pretty good thing to do, but I need something that is where I could put it in my pocket and take it out whenever I want to work with something here. So I took my Galaxy A12 I had for a good 4 years, and I installed the SIM card from the tablet, put in this. Now this here, I cannot call because the tablet had a SIM card that I put in this. So can I call? Can I make calls? Can I take calls? Nothing. Not even a text. This is my Google Pixel 6A, which is my daily driver. But I chose to turn my Samsung Galaxy A12 into a miniature tablet because no one down here is can't put in your pocket. So that's what I did. The idea was I was gonna put it in my iPhone. Put the SIM card in my iPhone here. This is my iPhone SE 2022 third gen. But thought, you know what, need something bigger screen, you know. But came out very very handy, you know. If you got a phone if you got a phone lying around and you haven't used it in a while, and you got a tablet that needs some major work, but yet the SIM card's so good, put it in one of your phones that you have lying around because these come in handy very well. And I do believe that, and it's a really good idea. I think it's a very unorthodox, but kind of a smart thing to do. So if you have say like an iPhone or Android device or a line around, still works. Take out the SIM card from your tablet, put it in your phone. There you go. Now iPhone be kind of like a just another iPod, you know, iPod. But I did what I did, you know, kind of like wondering why I did it. Good question, you know. I think that it's a something I've always wanted to do, but never had the chance to do it. I mean, the idea was there. Um, um, I think just the idea of taking SIM out of my tablet. This is my I could tell, and still good, still works. Um, it just I needed to remove the SIM card from the tablet because the screen's cracked a little bit. Don't want to risk it being cracked anymore. So I took the SIM out of this and I put it in my Samsung Galaxy A12, which I think it's a smart idea to do because um, I could pull it out of my pocket, work with it. If I wanted, if I don't want to use my phone, I got this. You know, the thing is, if I want to do this, install a SIM card into my phone into a tablet. It's all right. You know, I think it's kind of unheard of taking a SIM card out of your tablet, putting it in a phone you have lying around. Not a bad idea, but the thing is, the issue is people are going to ask questions like, why would you remove a SIM card from your tablet? What if the screen is cracked, able to use it? Just do it that way. There's no need to put a SIM card from your tablet in your phone. Why not? Why not? It's a pretty cool thing, you know. I mean, yeah, it's. I agree. Putting a SIM card from your tablet, putting it in your phone that you have lying around is unheard of. Put in the phone. Turn your phone into a little miniature tablet. So I thought, okay, let's do it that way because this crack is along here, and I want to not use it as much, but yet I still want to keep it because I like this tablet. I've had it for God, who knows what, you know. It's just that it's really it's really something I wanted to do just for a short brief time until I get the scratch fixed here, and this is a Ecotel, um, call it the um, something tab two, whatever it is, call it, you know. But the reason I've done it this way is that it's handy. It's, you know, out of the blue. Um, I know I should have kept it in my tablet, but I did it anyway. So kind of wanted to really work with something that I could take with me on the road or whatnot. Plus, I have a backbone. Um, here, I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys. Let it go. Okay. Now, this is the backbone, which I could hook it up to my phone here. Install it like this, and it becomes my handheld device, my handheld gaming console. You know, and I've had this for what I'm thinking like what was it 4 or 5 about 5 years, about 5 years now, and well yeah for about 4.5 years, and I could play games like GTA 5, Watch Dogs on here, and just whatever I'm playing, and it's very crafty because yeah, it's a phone, but it has a SIM from a tablet. I put it in here because I wanted to have something handy. So there you go. And so that's what I did. Um, I know you're probably thinking like, dude, you should have just gotten a Rogue Xbox Ally, one of those new handheld consoles made by Rogue and Microsoft. You know, could have done that. But the thing is, the new game console is about $900, nearly $1,000 here. So I just think it's probably best that I did it this way because, again, all I gotta do is download the Xbox app, which is the entire thing. You know, the Game Pass and all that other stuff. That but I know it's kind of far fetched of wondering why. Why do this? Why install a SIM card from your tablet and put it in your phone? Well, is it unheard of? I don't know. I think it's kind of a is it unheard of? Yeah, pretty much. Well, it may not be unheard of, but the thing is, it's kind of not a bad thing, just very like, okay, well, what's the reason? You said the reason. I wanted something handy, and just I have around, and it works like a tablet. It works very well. Um, I think it's really kind of weird, but you know what? So what? But I like the idea because back in the day, Apple had the iPod. Really cool thing. Really cool. Very crafty. Um, didn't have a. I mean, it was just a small iPod. Okay, and you hook it up to the Wi-Fi, and you're on, and you're good to go. The iPhone can work the same way. So you gotta think, okay, well, that's not too bad, not too bad. So I think the idea is that the smartphone is basically a computer, pretty much, And now we carry this with us every day, every day, and it's very handy, very useful. Um, Sometimes you gotta think like, okay, well, I want to do something very weird off the wall with my phone. I'm going to remove the SIM card from my tablet and put it in my phone that I have lying around. I want to be very creative and turn it into something that could be really handy if I wanted to just play games on it or not, And I'm not using my Diddy driver. Here, let me start over here. Doing this, here, I'll show you guys here. The idea of putting a SIM card from my tablet to my phone can be very handy. Okay. Now, if I want to have a little, like a game, play a game on the road, and I don't want to waste the battery life on my phone, right? Having a second phone as a tablet kind of thing, where you can play your games or whatnot, and you don't want to waste your battery life on your daily driver phone. Like mine here. This is a Google Pixel 6a with the Griffin OS, and if I don't want to waste battery life on this thing, I go with this. This is a Samsung Galaxy A12 smartphone that I converted into like a Android equivalent of the Apple iPhone, Apple iPod. But not a bad idea. So I could come on here and play my game and stuff. So it's not a bad idea. I think it's a pretty good idea, and I've always wanted to do this. Um, I think it's very important to know that it's not a bad idea, really. Um, um, let's see here. Now, I I like the idea um, because it's really handy on all levels. Because I mean, if you have a current phone that you don't use and your tablet's going, can you want this? Okay, take the SIM card out of the tablet, and if you have a phone lying around that you don't use, put the SIM in one of the phones you have lying around. It comes in handy because if you want to have something around that be useful, handy, and there you go. Whatever you're doing. If you're working in the office, right? Working in the office, you know, and there you go. If you want to have something lying around, there you go. Not a bad thing. Pretty smart idea. Pretty good idea. Is it rare? Yeah. Is it common? Probably not. But I like the idea because it's very unorthodox, very awesome idea. Now, I like the idea. It's always something that you could have around where, um, again, if you're on the road running errands and you don't want to waste and you don't want to waste the battery life on your phone, your daily driver that you use most of the damn time. Now, I would think about, okay, let's turn the phones that I have lying around into a mini tablet, a equivalent of the Apple iPod. Now, the iPod's pretty cool. I had one. I had one years ago, and I had one years ago, And it was kind of a very unique little gadget. And I had this idea, like, all this question in my head because of the technology that the iPod was. Um, what if you had this technology? Let me rephrase. What if you had this technology back during the Cold War era, right? They're going to think, well, hmm, huh, what's this? Huh. And they learned that is also a camera as well. Um, you're going to have people like the FBI, CIA, KGB were like, what the fuck is this shit? What is this? What is this? Because I bet that whoever came up with the idea of a smartphone probably had the same question too, right? Now, since I put the SIM card that was in my tablet into my Samsung Galaxy A12, sometimes you have to really get creative, you know. So, like, if you have, again, a tablet that you use all the time, all of a sudden it just malfunctions, like it completely screens crack, stop working and whatnot. And you got a few phones hanging around that you don't use in your drawers or place, and you need something as a backup to install the SIM card, right? Okay. What do? You grab a phone and you create a backup. Okay. So like either an Android or an iPhone. Because thing is, you need to have something as backup anyway. You know, if you don't want to use your daily driver and you have something that, let's say, like you use your tablet for work, okay, no problem there. Create a backup. At least have a couple of devices handy because you're going to need it. I think. Okay. Now, having a smartphone as a backup tablet is not a bad idea. I think it's a great idea because the thing is, you got to get creative. I never thought in a million years, right? Never thought in a million years that I would take a SIM card from my tablet, and put it in my phone. Now, my phone here is not my this phone here is not my daily driver. It's a backup minute. I I pretty much created a small miniature tablet here, so yeah, I think okay, well, but it is my Galaxy A12. Um, very handy, very useful, and no complaints. Now, you got to really think. Yeah, you got to really think about what happened. What happens when your tablet goes cattywampus, like the screen's cracked? Again, you have to get creative here, man. Because now, also, SD card. If you have an SD card in your tablet, right, where again you got to get creative here. Any tech savvy guy or chick that does programming, coding, and whatnot, they have a lot of information on an SD card. Now, tablet is not working, it's malfunctioning, it's kind of whopping, And you take your SD card and your SIM card and you put it in a device that you have lying around. Now, before you do that, you have to transfer everything on your tablet onto your phone. Okay. Because you need to make sure that it's factory resetted to where it works. Okay. Because you're carrying information in your SD card, right? Okay. You got to get creative. Okay. So you go. Now, I would say you need to get creative. You gotta get creative, man. You gotta do it. Why? Because you don't want you don't want to get into any issues with your boss or any coworker. Because the thing is, if you're a tech IT guy or chick, and you're the one who's really keeping the servers and everything together, you got to come up with something handy. Okay, if you have a phone, okay, it's best to have a Android. Better shit. Now, you got to get creative. Okay, if you're a tech dude or a tech chick working in the office, keeping the whole system of the business in check, where you're basically you're in the shadows, being the tech dude, and you want to keep things in check, right? Make sure there's no bugs, there's no anything at all. Okay, you have information on the SD card, but you put it in the device here, because the thing is, you got to be creative of having a backup plan. Always have a plan B. Now, what's plan B? If the tablet with all stuff on it is really malfunctioning and cattywampus, going cattywampus, you gotta think, okay, what's the idea? What can we do better? Have a backup device, like a smartphone that's lying around, okay? Install the SIM card and the SD card and your backup phone, which will come in handy, you know, very handy, and it will save your ass. In the back of my mind, I would think, I know for a fact, I'm talking about turning a Samsung Galaxy A12 into a mini tablet, okay, the Android equivalent of the Apple iPod. Now, you have to get creative, think fast, think, because you have information on the SD card based on the capacity of information you have, whether it's 8 gigabytes, 16 gigabytes, 64, 125, whatever. the information you have can and may even, you know, cost you lose your job because, you know, so you gotta get creative, get very, very creative. Now, here's the thing. What kind of person would turn a smartphone into a backup tablet? There you go. I'll tell you. You have to really think. Gotta really think, okay? Whether you have your own business, whether you're working for somebody else or whatnot, and you work as a programmer, a coder, and whatnot, a laptop's a good thing too, but because you have a lot of stuff on your computer, and you want to turn your phone into a handy dandy Swiss Army knife, right? Because again, smartphone is still a computer, right? And you can install data on this thing from your laptop computer or desktop, and it'll be very, very handy. So you gotta think ahead, man. Here's what I would do. Here's what I would do. I would have at least two or three backup devices because I know it sounds kind of corny, but the thing is, you gotta think ahead, man. You gotta think quick. Now, the only people that will want to use an iPhone are the ones working in the office and shit. Like people who do uh, presentations and shit like that. Like most tech people carry Androids. I've kind of learned that most people that carry Androids are tech savvy people. Very, very tech savvy people carry Android devices. That work in IT, that work in tech. But anybody with an iPhone, their kind of job defines other phone that you use. And yeah, I like the idea of love the idea of because Android is a really good OS. I like it, but I also like Graphene OS. Sure. And Graphene is coming out with they have OS tablets, and so you got to ask yourself what I'm talking about a good idea. I mean, I've turned okay, I've turned my Samsung Galaxy A12 into a mini tablet. Okay, and I get that in my head a lot of questions of why, what for, what is it, what are you going to benefit from, all that shit. Well, the thing is, I like to think. I, I like to have ideas, Maybe weird, corny, off the wall, out of the blue kind of thing. So, tablet has a crack in it, as you see at the bottom part here. Um, I took out the SIM card. I put it in I put the SIM card from my tablet and put it in my Samsung Galaxy A12. I thought it was kind of weird too. So you're not alone. Again, again, you're not alone thinking the same thing. So love the idea, like the idea. I'm thinking about getting another tablet, um, but gotta wait. So I love the idea of what I did. Okay, it's maybe corny as fuck, but the thing is, I like what I did here. Um, cannot call Kent. So took me a while to think about it. I thought, okay, well, that's not a bad thing. So again, um, if you guys are new to this channel, like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell for notification, and always live healthy, happy, and wise. I love you guys. And we'll see you next time in the next video. I am Reverend Ordo, spelled REVANORDO, and this has been the Anonymous Republic Network. Check me out on the Anonymous Manawari Network. All right. Peace out. Godspeed. Buddha bless.